is my little baby. Isn't she beautiful? Ignore this dying leaf. It came like this. I was like, let me see if I could revive it. I was trying to give myself a challenge. It's not working. Hey everybody, welcome to the Julia Kamango Show. I'm happy you're here to join me. I'm excited for this episode because it is my very first story time, I think. I'd like to tell you the story about the time that I found out I was bisexual, and also when I came out to my dad and how that felt and everything, because I thought maybe this could help you guys. But I mean, everyone who's been following my channel and stuff, I was kind of very specific about hiding it from people in case one of my family members watch this, but now I really don't care because I told my dad. So if you want to out me, it's cool. He already knows. Try me, Bethany, try me. Alrighty, are you ready, guys? The year was 1999. It really was though. So obviously growing up, in my family, it wasn't like really like anyone was against gay people. I was religious, but I don't know if like everyone was. I don't even think my dad really was. He went to church now and again, but he didn't really care about Christianity especially. Everything was heteronormative. So there are a few points in my life where I started figuring it out, and the very first point that comes to memory was when I was watching Beverly Hills Cops. It was not a sexual thing, obviously, because I was 4. There was something that drew me towards this one woman who was on screen. And the thing is, she's not even like the main character or anything. She was just an extra. I can't even remember who she was up to today. I should actually watch it again to see if I can find her. But I don't remember which Beverly Hills Cops I was watching. But I do know that my mom was next to me, and I saw this woman and I was enchanted. And then at some point, I don't know if it was her or someone behind her was wearing a thong or something, and my mom switched off the TV, but I was very angry because I really wanted to see what this woman looked like. It obviously had an effect on me because I still remember it 21 years later. That's ridiculous, right? So I remember that and I was like, what is it about this woman that I like so much? Anyway, because I'm 4 years old and don't really know what the hell's happening, carried on with my life. Fast forward, look, I'm not gonna lie to you, as much as I had crushes and stuff on boys in primary school, I was actually not attracted to people for a very long time. Like, I didn't give a crap about them. You know what I mean? Like, I wanted to get my first kiss because it was normal, and I wanted to go on dates and get a boyfriend because it was normal. It wasn't actually because I wanted to. Like, all my crushes were just like crushes, you know, in the most innocent way. I didn't really want to date them per se. I just really liked these particular people, and I had bad taste except my last primary school crush. He was an angel and I hope he's doing great in his life. And my one friend came out to us, and I thought it was the most sweet thing ever because I was like, this makes so much sense to me that you would figure out your sexuality so quickly. But then my other friends are like, that's a lie, you can only find out you're a lesbian when you're like 21. I don't know why she picked 21, and there was a whole thing about it. But I remember after that conversation I was like, that's so cool that this person knows their sexuality. How do you find that out? Like, you know, I was trying to figure out, like, what does that mean? But I knew about heterosexuality and homosexuality, so there was nothing of the two. But I don't know, when my friend came out, it intrigued me. I was like, whoa, what does it mean that this 13-year-old knows themselves so much? It was just fascinating. But this happened at the end of primary, so fast forward to high school. There was this girl who I met, and she was trouble, in the purest of ways to say it. Like, she was very naughty and very, you know, this girl was just so pretty. Guys, like, I still remember how I feel seeing her when I was that age. I was like very confused on what was happening. The girl who I liked said she wanted to kiss me, and I was confused because I thought I was Look, I did not think I was pretty, guys. Like, you can see me in grade 8. It was not a great time. But I was pretty for a kid, okay, who had no money, really. Like, I was doing pretty well. I just needed to brush my hair. I just needed to stop relaxing it and start being, you know, natural and all that stuff. But I didn't know that at the time. Anyway, this girl said she wanted to kiss me, and she said she wanted to kiss my best friend, too. And I spoke to my friend about it, and I was like, dude, she also said that to me. Oh, my God, I think I might do it. Then she was like, ew, why would you do that? Are you a lesbian? I was like, no. I like boys. Fast forward to 16 years old when I actually had my first kiss. So sorry to everyone I lied to. My first kiss was with a girl, right? Because I said it was with a guy because you're not supposed to say you kissed a girl. Like, it is what it is. Look, okay? Life. Anyway, my first kiss was with a girl. We were at my friend's party. And then she was like, Jules, have you ever had your first kiss? I'm like, no. And then she's like, okay, I'm going to give you your first kiss. And I panicked because I knew I was going to enjoy it. And with no doubt in my mind, I enjoyed the shit out of that first kiss. I was just like, this is magic. And that night I kissed 3 women, and I was like, well then. And then I felt bad because I was a Christian. I prayed so hard to get rid of how happy I was in that moment. Like, that night was so amazing to me. Like, of all nights in my high school life, that was the most amazing night of my life. And I tried to pray it away because of religion. I prayed in English class. I remember specifically, I wrote it in my diary, maybe thinking the feelings would go away. I'm like, get rid of this feeling that makes me like women. I know I like men, blah, blah, blah. Because I had to be a heterosexual. I actually, in my life, have never been homophobic, never had anything against gay people. I just knew that I could not be gay because of the life that I had lived. Which is sad. Does my voice sound like it's breaking? It's not. I'm a bad bitch. It was terrifying for me, but at the same time, I was just like, I really want to continue exploring what this means. But I didn't understand because I was like, I can't be put into the lesbian category. So I thought it was because I was in an all-girls school. I'm like, okay, when I'm exposed to more boys, I'll be okay. I won't feel these things. It's just whatever's in the air at this high school, you know? Fast forward to varsity first year. I was surrounded, I guess, I didn't know my friend was bisexual, but I was really surrounded by a lot of heterosexual friends. We weren't really doing queer things. The first time I heard about the word bisexuality was when my one friend was friends with a bisexual man, right? And she kept calling him my bisexual friend. So I was like, that's an interesting way to constantly introduce a human being. I don't know if you wanted us to know you have a bisexual friend with said name, but whatever. Because now, as someone who knows that I'm bisexual, I really don't know if I want people to introduce me as that, but to each their own. I remember she said this, and I really didn't understand what the term meant. I was like, what is this word you're using? Bisexual. You know, and I kept nodding like, cool, man, I know what that is. I'm 19. I'm a 19-year-old person. I should know what that means. But when I turned 20, I started doing psychology. So the one part of the psychology, guys, I kid you not, was about sexuality, right? And it obviously spoke about the spectrum. And it was kind of talking about the idea of how these old psychologists try to understand sexuality and how people find attractive, why people are attracted to particular people. It's like, why are people placed on a specific space of the spectrum? I kid you not, I was sitting in this room on my bed next to my sister. I started reading the spectrum thing. And it explains some people in the middle, bisexual, who like so-and-so and the other. And I remember being like, what? Then it's like, here's a little test to find out about your own sexuality if you're curious. Did the test, very much was like traumatized. Because I remember being like, wait, so you're saying that all this time I was attracted to women and I tried to pray away the gay, when really I was just normal this whole time. There's a whole article about why I was normal this whole time. I went to go take a bath, I remember, and I was just like, what the hell? You guys, I was so pissed. I started crying, but tears of joy, because I'm like, finally, I get it. Like, now I know what the hell I am. I was so confused. I was literally like, I don't get, like, why do I like women, but I like men? Yo, guys, and I couldn't ask anyone this question because then you expose yourself, right? And I didn't want to do that because then I'd be like, people are going to think I'm a lesbian, but no, I actually do like men, so they're going to think I'm faking it or something. So there were a lot of things. I'm really thinking about what other people are thinking instead of just living my best life. And the funny thing is, my one friend one day already knew. Like, I remember she asked me when we were drinking the one time, and this is when we were still new friends. She was like, are you bisexual? And I was like, no. And then I was like, what is this word people keep saying? And then it's around the same time when I, found out that I actually was. And because I didn't know what that meant. And then I was like, but I am, guys. Like, it's so obvious. And ever since finding out, I've been so much happier. So then I came out to my friends, and a lot of them were like, cool, man, that's great. And obviously I was scared to come out to my boyfriend because she's hella religious, but I mean, she's cool with it. But obviously back in the days, I was just like, oh my God, they're going to disown me, and what am I going to do? And even with my dad, he's not religious, so I was like, how does he feel about queer people? Because usually it's mostly driven by religion. I just want you to know that this is what queer people have to go through. We constantly think about how we're going to be disowned and people are going to hate us. So you need to make sure that the space is open and there's love and acceptance, and you allow people to be themselves without having to come out to you, because that shit is stupid, okay? I feel like you need to just address people in a way that allows them to just openly say who they are, instead of it being, I have to tell you something, I'm gay, you know? Like, you can just simply be like, hey, are you dating anyone? Who's your partner? Do you have a partner? And to any of the other queer people who think that bisexuality is nonsense, you also need to be open, okay? Just because I'm dating a man does not make me less queer than you, okay? You just date women. That's amazing. Women are fucking fantastic, okay? That's why my boyfriend is lucky. The point is, I also date men, so I'm not heterosexual. But at the same time, I do understand the privileges that I have within the world by having a boyfriend instead of having a girlfriend. I am aware. So I told all my friends, told my little sister first when I was drunk one Christmas. I told her in a message, even though she was across from me. Then she's like, oh my God, I'm so happy for you. I was like, cool, man. And then I told my other sister because she was irritating me in a car. And I was like, well, if you must know, I am queer, so psh. And then she was like, what? And I'm like, exactly, you talk too fucking much. Oh God. And then I told my oldest sister through a letter. And the thing is with her, she was the easiest person to tell. But I think I was scared because I was like, I know she's the easiest person to tell. So what if she doesn't approve of my sexuality? So I was scared to tell her because I was going to tell her first easily. But I also thought she already knew. So I didn't really find the need to tell her. So I was confused on why she was shocked when I told her. Just assumed they all knew, but it turns out they just called me gay because they're problematic. And then I told my brother last because I made a dedication to women in photography on one of my WhatsApp threads, and he's like, you're always posting naked women. Are you gay? I'm like, I don't post naked women because I'm gay, but I am gay. But I post naked women because I believe the nude form is amazing. And then lastly, I told my dad about a month ago. I wanted to tell him face to face, but he didn't seem to. So he lives in Malawi mostly, but he does come back. But right now it seems like he's not coming back. So I'm just like, shit, I need to tell him. I'm not gonna wait until I turn 25. And for some reason, something compelled me in the morning on my way to work. I was like, I have to tell you something, I'm bisexual. And I explained to him what it means. And I told him it's not because I'm dating a woman, I'm actually dating a man. But yeah, I didn't tell him I'm dating a man. I mean, that's just a side note. And then he was like, okay. And then we moved on, and he's still talking to me even up to today, so he must have not disowned me. Sometimes I think like my biggest thing is, first, I must always listen to Wendy because she has really good intuition. Even though she may not know this, she has amazing intuition. So I think her being like, I know your dad's gonna be okay with it, should have been already assurance to me. But I was scared with the realization that as much as I was like, if he disowns me, it's fine, I'm independent, I was still scared because I'm like, shit, I only have one parent left. So him kind of not reacting in a bad way was such a great relief to me. And yeah, like now I can finally be out. And to everyone else who watches this and is my family, I don't care if you don't fucks with me because you didn't fucks with me before, so it's okay. No, to be very honest with you, I don't care. Like, if you disown me, it's already happened technically. Like, what when you leave my life, what's missing? Nothing. I will carry on. And I'm being honest with you, like, and to other people out there who want to come out and tell their truth, even bisexual people want to come out to their partners, and just make sure that you will not be in danger. Make sure, if God forbid they kick you out, you are able to find somewhere, because the reality is that heterosexual people can be very cruel, and they think that they own the world, and they think they're right. They think they're the only thing that makes sense because they can physically sometimes make babies with each other sometimes. So what's the other reason? Oh, God doesn't think it's real. Did you ask him? Because when I ask God, he's fine with it. So I don't know which God you're talking to, but your God seems like a hater, you know? So I'm just saying, like, heterosexual people think they own the world, so please make sure you're safe until we can get to a point where these people relax. But at the same time, heterosexual people, you need to make sure that you're open enough to let people just tell you that they're gay without it being a whole thing. Because coming out is a nice thing. You can be free, you can be happy, you can be your damn self. Imagine not being able to hold your partner's hand because a bunch of people just don't understand your love. So I hope you enjoyed my story time, and I don't know if it was a proper story. I think, was it? I was telling you a story, it was a time. At the same time, I also just want to have a serious conversation real quick. I need everyone to understand that bisexuality and pansexuality are the same thing. Please, can we not have this argument at all? Do you identify as bi or pan? Both. Another PSA, to men who are dating bisexual women, we are not created so you can have threesomes. Women who are dating bisexual men. So I just feel like you need to remember that even if your boyfriend has had sex with a man, so the fuck have you, okay? You've had dick in your mouth too, so has he. Why are you touched? Some people only had sex with men, some people only had sex with women, some people only had sex with so-and-so. Like, why is it that everyone and bisexuality is cheating? Like, y'all need to relax. All of you on either side of the spectrum are so boring when it comes to this, because we are not just people who sleep with people, okay? It's really such a boring conversation. Like, just read a book. So with that being said, I'm going to end off here and say I wish you a good day, and I hope you are able to come out and be your damn selves. I hope some of you are able to stop hating on bisexual people. Really cool. Watch my videos, watch my previous videos, whatever you like. Keep watching, because you're in quarantine and now there's no excuse. You can't say, oh, I'm going somewhere. Where are you going? We are, stay home. It's a quarantine. Corona is real. Alright, cool. Sure. Peace out. 8 sound video.